Hello and welcome to this week's episode of GTI News. This week I'm joined by some dogs barking outside of my apartment. Anyways, a lot happened this week, so let's get right into it. We have the New Hampshire primaries, some things that Theo Daniel said about other candidates, and a general update on his candidacy. Brad, some election updates, and some updates for next week. So let's get right into it. This week, the New Hampshire primaries happened on Tuesday, October 11th at lunch. Because it was a quick vote, there was a much bigger turnout than there was at the Iowa caucus. Also, it was during lunch, not after school. So people were able to stop by, cast their vote for who they want to be the nomination. Alright, and without further ado, here are the results. The winner of the Democratic New Hampshire primary was Elijah Hughes, followed up by Riley Goldfarb in second and Daniel Bellamy in third. Okay. For the Republican side of things, the number one person and the winner of the Republican New Hampshire primary was Ryan Wood, followed up with Zach Noyes in second and Theo Daniel in third. Speaking of Theo Daniel, we have a few quick words from Theo Daniel in a small interview conducted by our helpful documentarians, in which he stated some of his views and his beliefs going into this race. If you didn't know already, Theo Daniel is running under the belief that our government should be a divine right monarchy. When he gets elected, if he gets elected, he's planning to pass an amendment that instates divine right monarchy, meaning that he will be the king because he is also God. He believes in a religion called theism, which kind of, places importance on
the authority of AP Gov students past. However, the main idea of this religion is that I am the deity.
He also believes that if he gets elected, we should be going into the future with hope and not fear. But he also said some other comments in this interview that are hitting people the wrong way.
The candidates.
I'd say the other candidates are pretty irrelevant at this point. Irrelevant.
Yeah, he also compared himself to Queen Elizabeth, who died, so that's a very poor taste.
Oh, in Great Britain, Queen Elizabeth just died, and she did so much for Great Britain, so we need Theo Daniel to do that for the United States.
Hopefully these comments aren't going to hurt his campaign in any way, and because he has so many other great ideas other than the divine right monarchy. He is for animal welfare, and if you keep running in my shot, I won't be for animal welfare. I love my cat. He also thinks things like 2-ply toilet paper in the bathrooms would be great. So that's Theo Daniels for you. Next up, we have Brad. By viewer request, I'm giving a special shout out to Brad Pullen, who is running for the Democratic nomination currently. Brad, he fell off a cliff and he likes the environment. Brad. One of our Democratic candidates who has pushed hard for a better environment in the future, Chris Shope, has officially dropped out of the race. They haven't left much comment at the time, however, they have stated their endorsement for Riley Goldfarb as a presidential candidate for the Democratic nomination. Riley Goldfarb. I've heard that name before. But where? Oh, that's right. Riley Goldfarb decided to throw a pizza party this week in order to fundraise for her campaign. For a cheap $50 AP Gov donation, you were able to get as much pizza and soda as you want. And in return, Riley Goldfarb decided to answer questions and talk about her campaign with her potential voters. So that was great. I haven't seen much. The pizza party was a success. People at the pizza party described it as phenomenal, awesome sauce, prefer not to comment, and overall it was a really great time. Next up, Coming up next time on GTI News, we have Super Monday next week. And by the way, happy birthday, Hugh Jackman.